Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Ron Too Easy, back with another NBA 2K23 video for you guys today. And today we got a special video for you guys today, and something different today. Normally you see build videos today, but today, as you guys can tell by the title, we have a 2K24 wish list part 1. I've never done a wish list, and it's definitely something that I want to talk about with my subscribers and then just other people that just come around and just tune into the channel. Having some stuff wrote down in my notes. I got like 12 different topics so far, so I might split them down to like 6 and 6, or you might just have some more to just talk about. And let me know down in the comments what other topics that I didn't get to speak about that you guys will want me to speak on in part 2, or just in general, if you want to just come down in the comments and pretty much have your own opinion on something like this and other things like that. And also make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and just make sure you smash that like button and do all of that. Support the channel for sure. And we're gonna go ahead and get started off. Number one thing on the list for my wish list for 2K24 is the VC prices. So we didn't already discuss this multiple times on multiple occasions, me and different other content creators. The VC prices are very expensive this year, and they're higher than I've ever seen, to the point where like we see 2K is becoming a pay to play game, and it definitely was not like that in previous years. And I definitely don't like the fact that 2K is doing that, because everybody doesn't have a job and everybody doesn't have money like that. So when you think about it from a consumer's perspective, someone that doesn't do YouTube or that doesn't have a job or anything like that, to just keep buying and keep making all of these builds, 4 to 5 builds in the game throughout the year, VC prices definitely is becoming a problem, especially when you have the fact that we barely get any VC from MyCareer, and other modes we barely get any VC. Double rep events is like the main source where we kind of get some VC, and it's still not that much. So if you're gonna be out here having the VC prices high, you might as well go ahead and just throw out multiple ways to kind of for us to get the VC, because VC definitely is a problem. So lower VC is definitely something that's got to be addressed into next 2K on 2K24, because it's definitely taking a toll on the community to the point where people don't want to play the game because it's so expensive to play. And then you got, like I said, you got to pay to play the game. Like, you got to pay to win, basically. More builds, more money you have, the more you can make builds and the more you can possibly win. So that's topic number 1. So we're gonna move on to topic number 2, and that is getting rid of the season pass. So hear me out here. I know some people like the season pass, some people don't. Me and some of my friends personally don't like the season pass. The reason of the season pass, and I say get rid of the season pass, is because, for one, it's too easy to level up and rep up in every 2K we've seen with the season pass. So some got to get addressed, like whether it's slowing and making the meter progression slower, or just taking it out and putting in the old rep system or some type of new rep system, because the older rep system, it wasn't as easy to hit the max level. That's why you had people steady grinding throughout the year trying to hit legend. When you had 2K16, 15, 17, and even down in 18 and 19, where we had these different badge and like rep systems, it was so different in order for you to like get to the max level. So people stayed on tone all year instead of just certain parts of the month. Like when you sit right there and like what doesn't make sense to me is the fact that you can sit right there, literally play like 2 weeks to 3 weeks straight non-stop, don't even really have to be winning your games like that, and still can possibly hit level 40 in 2K. I've never hit level 40 this year, and it's because I can't really take time to do it because I don't like this game. I've done it in previous years though, on 2K, where I've hit like one of the max levels, but the level 40 thing with the battle pass thing, it's just not cutting it. The rewards is not good, and on top of that, like, it's so easy to hit level 40. Once the person that hits level 40 hits it, they're done playing the game because it already hit it so quick within 2 weeks, 3 weeks of just playing it nonstop. And it just doesn't make sense to me when you got somebody that's out there grinding, playing the game, hitting level 40, just for the rep reward to just be back into the stores weeks later. And it's like you don't even have to win these games and be winning as many games as this person, but you still hit level 40 because you played the game so much and just played it in all these events and different events for to get your rep. So it doesn't make sense to me. Either change it or either somehow tweak it to the point where it's not so easy to hit level 40 if you're going to keep the season pass, because the season pass is definitely something that I'm not a fan of, and I know some of my guys not a fan of either. So that do it for topic number 2. So topic number 3 we're gonna speak on is paint defense / defense. So if we don't talk about paint defense, we might as well talk about defense as a whole. So defense this year, specifically 2K23. The problems I've personally experienced and some of my guys experienced with 2K23. Paint defense is a major problem. The contest system is just like a major problem. It's like wishy-washy. You can be in somebody's face, closing out on them, giving them a high five on a shot, and they still will sit right there and say that it's like 9% coverage, 10% coverage. And I know part of that is because some of the badges, like the guard badge, some of these 6'1" guards got like Hall of Fame guard up and stuff. And I understand in certain aspects, but when we got somebody that's 6'9", 7'7" wingspan, max long arms, he ain't getting no contest like that. It just started to become a problem, especially in the paint. Paint defense was so trash this year to the point where like people was just pump faking, going up, hands straight up, not jumping, and they still making these contested 40% contested layups, especially in the rec. We got 7-foot centers, 6'8" centers, 6'9" centers, even 6'10". Like it doesn't even matter if you were a center. If you were like, even if you were like a small forward or shooting guard, you were still making some of these contested layups, and even just to the point where like quick drop-offs was cheesy this year. It's hard to sit right there and block in 2K23. 2K23 chase down was so bad. I can't even sit right there and try to explain how bad blocks was this year. Like I had made 4 builds this year. Only one of them gets blocks, maybe 2 of them gets blocks like that. But one of them is a guard that got a lot of defense, and he doesn't even get chase down blocks. Chase down blocks and defense as a whole being bad this year made offense look so overpowered that it was a problem. And then don't even get me started on the fact that badges like Anchor that supposed to help in the interior wasn't working either. Like having a high interior still sometimes didn't even save you from playing good defense in the game. So I know some people that might come in the comments and be like, well, you got to put your interior to this such and such rating, but I have guys that have had that interior high and still can't get contesting the lane, or just in general like perimeter lockdowns and stuff like that. So defense was definitely an issue for me. Now I did know the steals was overpowered a little bit, but it balanced the game out. But once they kind of toned down the steals, it just broke 2K23 even more. Now I'm not saying they should have kept the steals like that, but some had to give though. Like we need to start making more punishment for some of these guards that doesn't have any IQ, and some of these players that doesn't have any IQ, because it's becoming a problem when I'm somebody like me that take pride in defense, and then they can't sit right there and come bump a player off of his shot or anything like that. It just doesn't really correlate with the game, and it doesn't make the game fun at all. So I definitely think on 2K24 defense has got to be addressed in some way. It got to be better. Personally, my favorite year of defense was 2K20. I feel like that game was so good on defense. It wasn't so much of you sliding on defense. Playing the lanes was so good. You get a lot of good steals, like earned steals. It wasn't like you just got some steals that wasn't always coming to your factor. You got a lot of bump steals. The bump steals was something that I did like in 2K20 and 21 that doesn't really come about 23 like that. It comes a little bit, but I done had guards dribble through my body and I still didn't get the steal or whatever. So I think defense is definitely something that's got to be addressed in 2K24. So topic number 4, a better spin the wheel. So this is something that's small, but it still needs to be addressed. So the spin the wheel this year was trash. The spin the wheel, I can't even remember the last time the spin the wheel was somewhat good. Like I don't even spin the wheel this year. That's how much I don't really even like see what's the point of having to spin the wheel in this year's game. Spin the wheel used to be somewhat good in 2K20 when you used to get a lot of things like free jerseys. I remember you used to get a lot of VC bonuses. You used to get a lot of good things. Not badge boost, Gatorade boost and stuff like that. But it was worth getting though. Like we gotta have a better spin the wheel. You gotta look forward to some of these things that would help our players. Like who knows, maybe somebody can get free Gatorade boost for a certain amount of time, or just something. I gotta think and be above and beyond with the spin the wheel, because the spin the wheel is just not cutting it. Like I'm not understanding why some of these rewards are on the spin the wheel, or you're just sitting right there trying to let somebody spin the wheel for just 500 VC. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, VC is an issue, and having to spin the wheel with lower VC is just definitely a bigger issue. Spin the wheel should be something that should be fun, and I'm not saying everything should be a good reward when you're spinning the wheel, but it definitely can be better. That's all I'm gonna say. The spin the wheel can definitely be better. I'm not gonna take too much time on this topic because it's a spin the wheel. Like I said, it's not nothing major, but it definitely needs to be brought to the attention for the devs of 2K. Coming at number 5, get rid of the dunk meter. So I'm not a fan of the dunk meter in 2K23. Now I see what they were trying to do with the dunk meter, as far as you're able to like try to time the dunk meter and get it in that green window, but it's too inconsistent and it's too overpowered this year. Slashing became one of the most overpowered attributes you could have in 2K, because I done literally played against slashers or just people with high driving dunk, and they get dunked on me. Like they dunk on me or my teammates every single time they come down the court, because of the simple fact the dunk meter is so broken. They're not even timing it on an excellent, or even getting it close, and mistiming it to a late, to the point where they're still getting the dunk. Now, I do remember in season 1, it was a little bit better to me because it was hard to time, but then once I started to get it down pat, you wouldn't get it so much. You will really have to really time the dunk meter in order for you to get the dunk, especially along with the badges. So when you throw on those badges and you throw on the dunk meter, all of that together just sits right there and it just makes the dunk meters just so inconsistent when you're sitting right there and don't even have to time it. Like it should be, if it's a dunk meter, it looks like a shot meter, it should be looking like a shot meter. Why is it that we're getting whites on a dunk meter? Honestly, liked it better when we just had the stick dunking, because you wouldn't get a stick dunk every time. It was just like you had to catch it at the right time. It was all about the timing, and it was all about angles and everything like that. Like if a certain person was just already sitting in the paint, standing out of the paint a little bit, you were 9 times out of 10 gonna get knocked out of the animation, or just wasn't gonna get the animation at all. You get bumped and get a layup. So I didn't understand, why do we sit right there and have a dunk meter in the game if the game not gonna sit right there and tone the dunk meter down, or just sit right there and do some other things to where it's not so overpowered? Like we gotta fix the dunk meter or take it out. But I personally think we should get rid of the dunk meter and just bring back stick dunking, because it balanced the game out. Like the game should always be about balance, in my opinion. So that's one way that we can balance the game, if we just take it out and just probably implement a new dunk system or something. Now, as far as the alley-oops, I'm cool with that timing with the square. That's consistent more than the dunk meter. So coming in lastly at number 6, get rid of the MyCareer storyline. This was one of the things that I hated so much about 2K23 this year when I first got on the game. I had to sit right there and go through the MyCareer storyline, and couldn't play my next game of MyCareer until I went through the storyline to go meet with J. Cole, to go do this, to go do that, to sit right there and play another MyCareer game. I played MyCareer every single year in 2K except for 23. Not just for the fun of it, but for the fact that like I grinded my badges. Now you put some people in jeopardy this year 2K when you sat right there and worried about a storyline for MyCareer, that the fact that you took away from the grind of our players. I'm somebody that take pride in grinding into MyCareer. I don't want to go out and risk having my player not be ready and having to go into the wreck and go into the park and start losing because players are not ready, or not just having these certain badges that I was supposed to be grinding for in MyCareer, but I gotta wait, go do this thing, and then come back just to play a MyCareer game. It's just, It just wasn't like that. And on current gen, it's not like that. So why not just make it both like that? Current gen, I play both. So current gen, I would just sit right there, play my games, simulate them as many times as I want to, and whatever the case may be, without a storyline. Now, I get the story. You want to have MyCareer storylines. You can still have your MyCareer storyline, but don't affect our grind of our My players by sitting right there and interfering with us playing our MyCareer games because you want to stop us to get to interact with the storyline. I don't think that was a good idea. So that's part 1 of the 2K24 wish list. I felt like I missed, and you can recommend it for part 2 because I'm doing a part 2 sometime soon, not so soon because it's still kind of early in the game. That's the video, man. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment down, sub to the channel, and turn on those post notices. It's your boy Ron Too Easy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.